and welcome back to another episode of Doing Life TV with Sam and Joyce. And today we're talking about chiropractic care.
Yeah, and coincidentally, we're actually sponsored by Millville Chiropractic Center today.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
It is exciting. We have a professional coming in to talk to us.
Yeah, we have a real life chiropractor coming.
An actual person who has the word doctor in front of her name.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Like, for once, we're not the smartest people in the room.
Yeah, for once. That never happens.
Our entire life, we're not in there. So this is a really fascinating topic, like the whole thing, like chiropractic, the body, and
it is fascinating, and I find people love their chiropractors, or they're terrified to see a chiropractor.
So you either have one that you see all the time,
yeah,
or you never see them. There's no in between.
Or like me, I'm like, man, I need to get back to the chiropractor.
You do go in seasons. Like, yes. I've seen you go in seasons through that.
Yeah.
Now, I think a lot of times people might mistake like the chiropractic stuff for like a massage therapist. They think, well, if I go get a massage, then it's all doing the same thing. And I think we'll figure out pretty quickly that they're not.
Yeah, we'll have to ask her about that, because I think that is a common, because they're both working on muscle,
the body,
the body.
Back. Here's the perception. I think everyone has this perception. I'm not alone in this. In fact, we just had a conversation too. So there's two perceptions. One, you're laying vulnerable on your stomach on a table in front of a near stranger.
Yes, they become not a stranger quickly, but yes.
There might be the other thing. How quickly are they no longer strangers? I mean, they're putting their hands. Now, I have a general fear of other people touching my body.
So, for those of you who don't know, Sam will not get a massage. And I work at a spa, so I can hook the guy up. I mean, I can't get him a free massage, but I could get him a little discount, and I could schedule it for him and everything. Yeah. He won't get a massage because, and these are his words, I'm not going to have that girl touch my body and then I have to sit with her at the Christmas party. It's weird.
True.
Will not do it.
No, I won't. It's just too weird having someone else on me.
Once. I got him to get a massage one time ever, and it's because we were in Mexico. So I think because we were in a completely different country, you were willing to get a massage.
I will never see this girl again. I remember you talked it up. We're doing couples massage.
I was so excited.
I know, you're totally excited. So we go, what we're celebrating? First, second anniversary?
Fifth anniversary.
Celebrating our 5th anniversry. I remember it like it is yesterday.
It's not like we go to Mexico all the time.
Well, you'll soon see why I'm trying to put this memory behind me. So we go in and we go to the place, and these two girls lead us into the room.
One girl led us into the room.
Okay, one girl led us into the room. And now there's already this weird dynamic. Now I happen to think we have a beautiful marriage. It's already going to be weird having another female massage me. Like, it's going to be awkward. So I'm already mindset like this can't be right. This is not biblical by any means. Another girl. I
do understand, but I was in the room with you, and it was a professional experience.
And that's where I was like, okay, so we're kind of.
It was a treatment.
Right. Now that's where I kind of made the okay. You're in the room with me.
Yes.
They're wearing lab coats or white jackets or whatever.
They were dressed professionally.
We're on vacation.
Yes.
We're in Mexico. I never have to look this person in the eyes again.
I understand.
It was a whole experience. So that's why I went ahead with this thing.
Right.
So we're laying down on the tables, and we pretty much disrobed. I'm down to my underoos, and it's already extremely awkward. They put this delicate sheet over the body.
I'm laying there like, rub me from head to toe, and you're laying there like frantic.
I'm tense. This is not a relaxing.
You needed a massage at that moment more than anybody.
I needed something so it's so tight, and the room's dark, and then I'm laying there, and they got the little donut things, so your face is in there.
Yes.
Now, I did find that to be comfortable.
It's very comfortable.
Don't know why. It is very comfortable. I'm just staring down into the floor. And then they leave. They said the therapist will be in soon. And they come in, and I hear them start to make their way over to me. And as I'm staring down at the floor, I see the feet of the therapist.
Yes.
And it's white dad shoes, New Balances. And so immediately I'm like, this girl's got big feet.
Stop.
And then, to this day, I cannot get this thing out of my head.
Okay.
Leans in, inches away from my ear. Good evening, sir. My name is Roberto, and I will be your therapist this evening. I was terrified. And then
Well,
I locked up
you should
immediately.
have relaxed better. You were so nervous that a woman was going to massage you and you thought that was so uncomfortable. This should have just solved everything for you. I had a woman, you had a man. We didn't get to choose. That's how they did it. And I thought it was lovely.
I'm going to peel back the curtain. As uncomfortable as I am with someone who is not my wife touching me,
yes,
I'm even more uncomfortable with a man who's not my wife touching me. It was the worst experience.
No, it was not the worst experience. It took you a
so
second to wrap your head around it.
A minute, I am still trying to wrap my head around it.
But you were fine.
To this day, we still send each other Christmas cards. It was so awkward. Feliz Navidad, Don Roberto.
No, you got a very nice massage. Even you admitted it felt nice. Eventually. It gets less awkward. I'm sure maybe most men find the first massage awkward.
I did what
and
most
since
people
it's
do.
been a good decade, you're probably not doing it again.
I probably won't say anything. Like most people, I boxed this up and I put it in that little corner of my mind where the traumatic experience is just gone.
Like, hey, I wanted you to try it. You tried it.
I'm sure
it's not for you. Okay.
I'm sure in life somewhere in therapy that'll.
I will take care of all the massages that need to happen. I mean, I will go get them so you don't have to.
And you have done a very good job of that. You have gotten your share of massages.
I mean, I don't go that often.
No,
you make
don't.
me sound pampered.
No.
It's not like that. I probably get maybe 2 or 3 a
You're
year.
You're kind of like that because you work in the environment. Like it's less. You're less inclined to do it. Kind of like a carpenter, like his home is never finished because he's working
I'm not
all day.
really trying to be there on my time off.
Right.
But don't get me wrong, to get a massage is an excellent reason to be there on my time off. It's just, it gets a little tricky. Scheduling.
Going to work and everything like that. I understand.
Yeah.
So massage has its own kind of perceptions, and then the chiropractic, which is a completely different element, because I think it deals more with bones, and we'll talk about
I think I misspoke there. I think massage deals more with muscle and chiropractic more with your alignment. But we're going to talk to Dr. Brooke about that because we have no idea what we're talking about.
One of the greatest fears, and I had this fear, and Anthony, the producer, mentioned his slight fear of having the neck broken. And
I used to be terrified because you used to see a chiropractor years and years ago because you had, what did you have, a slip disc?
Yeah, I had a bad disc.
And she said, bring your wife in. And she wanted to do like an evaluation on me. And I was like, oh, no, you're not going to adjust me. Nope. And she ended up bringing out this tool that she used for like infants because I was so terrified. Like I couldn't do it. It wasn't until years and years later I finally let someone adjust me. And then I was like, oh.
What have I been waiting for?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're going to discover today is like, why wait? There's so many benefits to it. I'm kind of excited to learn about all that, everything that's gone down. Now, little known secret, I actually went to, we're going to bring in Dr. Brooke Doyle from Millville Chiropractic Center. And I actually went to Haiti with her, and she did adjustments on the kids at the orphanage.
Oh, that's really cool.
It was really neat. And then she had all kinds of crazy tools and stuff like that. And hopefully I don't know if she's got them with her, but there's a great story about trying to get through security with an odd-looking chiropractic tool. So we'll definitely talk about that. I thought that was pretty fun and crazy. So yeah, it's been a while since I've gotten my last adjustment and everything like that, and we might get a little experience on that, kind of show everyone what it's like your first time into the office, because I think that's in and of itself is a very intimidating thing. Most people only go when they are hurt or their doctor says you need to go see a chiropractor.
Yeah, but I think people in general are becoming more health conscious and more wanting to be do some preventative care rather than care after the fact. I think like as a society, we're becoming more aware of how important preventative care is. So I'd love for her to talk to us about why this helps so much if you do it before you have an injury rather than waiting until, because you waited until you had a slip disc. That's why you went in the first place. And it was a major kind of overhaul of your body.
It was
where if you'd maybe been taking care of yourself ahead of time, that maybe wouldn't have been an injury.
Right. I think it's definitely one of those things we want to see how it fits into, obviously, a fitness lifestyle. If you're going to be active and putting strain on your body, then how is this something that's going to benefit it? I think,
and even vice versa. If you're not active, your body takes a real strain from that as well.
That's a good point there. You might have more stress in your body because you're not active, like different joints and stuff like that, because things aren't moving like they're designed to move on a regular basis. So that'd be pretty cool. All right, so we're going to jump into our first break, and I'm so excited. You guys come back. We're going to have Dr. Brooke Doyle from Millville Chiropractic Center, and all these questions, like Joyce and I consider ourselves to be experts of nothing.
Yes,
and
absolutely nothing.
So we have an actual doctor coming in. So join us back in just a couple minutes, and we'll have Dr. Brooke Doyle.
Hi, welcome back to Doing Life TV with Sam and Joyce. Today we're talking about chiropractic care, and we have a chiropractor with us today, Dr. Brooke Doyle.
Dr. Brooke Doyle from Millville Chiropractic Center. Welcome.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah.
This is exciting because one, we have a guest. So
yes, you're actually our very first guest on Doing Life TV, so we're super excited to have you.
And she's got like a professional coat, like a jacket. It's got her name on it. Now we're calling you Dr. Brooke, right?
Yes.
And you have, how many doctors do you have over there at Millville Chiropractic?
We actually have 4. There's Dr. Beebe, Dr. Doyle, Dr. Fresh, and I, Dr. Brooke.
Now I know Dr. Fresh is familiar with Quinn Broadcasting. He's got a little thing going on here, so people might be familiar with him or Millville Chiropractic going on there. But we're here to talk to you, and we got lots of questions, and you were able to sit in and you kind of watch from the wings on the first segment. Do we need to fix anything that we talked about?
Well, you know.
She's so diplomatic.
So nice, too politically correct. So we got like a lot of things. So how about this? Let's just kind of walk through what is chiropractic care.
So chiropractic care it deals with the musculoskeletal system. What we do is we correct the misalignments that are in the spine. So if a vertebra is out of alignment, we put the vertebra back into alignment so that the body is able to communicate to itself. Because what happens is when the bone gets out of alignment, it puts pressure on your nerves. And your nervous system controls everything in your body.
Right.
It's what your brain communicates to everything. So I mean, if you're going to put pressure on it and you're going to cut off your life support, it's not going to communicate properly to the rest of the body, including organs, muscles, just the way you function in life.
So say that word again. What do you call that thing, the big long skeletal thing that runs down the middle of your back?
Your spinal column.
Well, you said your vertebra.
Your vertebra. So your vertebral column. So there's a spinal column, or you can call it the vertebral column. So each of your vertebra create.
I just learned I've been saying that word wrong my entire life.
We're like, well, I'm having a problem with my vertebrae.
Yeah, I always call it the vertebrae.
Spine.
Right.
It's a little bit easier
And
to
you're
say.
calling it vertebra, so I feel like
Now we know.
Now we got it. We've already learned so much about this. So we say I'm having spinal vertebra pain.
Now I see people bringing really young children in. Is your spine being out of alignment a very common thing? Like, is this something almost everyone is suffering with, or how is this happening?
So a lot of the times it's straight from birth. So some people have some traumatic births. If you have a C-section, or even if you have a natural childbirth, when you're pulling that baby, from the canal, the head's coming first and they're kind of yanking on it. But sometimes, they do a little bit softer, but you're pulling on the head, and that can get everything out of alignment. And then as you grow up, you got all those falls as a toddler that you're going through. You're bumping your head. You're taking your kid to the ER because they gashed their head because of whatever happened at the playground that day. And as you go through life, you play sports, you get into accidents, and again, it's just playing out just wear and tear on your body. So if you do a lot of construction, if you're sitting still for long periods of time, all those things can play a role on how your body reacts to it, and that's how you get those vertebral misalignments or those spinal misalignments in the body.
So everything adds up, right?
Everything adds up. So without getting that corrected, then that just compiles on top of each other.
And I'm guessing 95, I'll go with low percent, 95% of the time you're seeing someone when they're like in pain.
Yeah, a lot of people think that that's the only thing that they can come in for.
Mm-hmm.
But if they were to come in as early as, straight from birth, while you're pregnant,
I just got out. Maybe you could straighten this thing. The doctor was a little rough.
like my child had he got stuck in my canal, so I ended up having a C-section, and they were pulling on him, and it was just a lot of yanking, and we got him adjusted as soon as I was able to, I was out of it.
That is awesome. I'm guessing right there in the room you're doing adjustments?
So once we got back to my room, and we actually got to have the baby next to us in the thing, we put him on my lap, and I was able to adjust him right away.
Wow.
And it's such light adjustments for babies. I mean, it's not like what you see that you would see
you're
for
not
adults.
like jumping and pounding.
So light,
Gentle.
it's just gentle adjustments for babies.
Yeah.
And then as you progress through, it helps out with ear infections. If they're getting their immune system, just building that up and just keeping them in a healthy state.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at too. Like the conversation we want to have is how it is a part of, like, it could be a part of your normal,
just a healthy lifestyle
is getting
like,
regular checkups and adjustments.
Yeah, I think the average person who isn't having any ailments might think, is it weird for me to call a chiropractor and make an appointment? But you would say no, right? That really,
that should be like your that should be your first line of defense. Is coming in, getting adjustments, and then anything else should be secondary. Going to them to get medications. If the adjustments aren't working and you need the medication, then you need the medication. But getting that back into alignment so that the body can communicate to the rest of it. Like, I didn't just use chiropractic while I was pregnant. I had a lot of issues. I had a lot of heartburn, I had some nausea, I had headaches while I was going through my pregnancy.
Yeah.
And I ended up going to the acupuncturist to help myself out. Wow. So, and I didn't just do that. I did exercise, I did diet. It encompasses a large, healthy lifestyle.
So, piece of chunk, and that's why we wanted to have you in here. Because,
so, real quick. In case people don't know, because I'm sure they don't, your son is now 5 months old, right?
Yes.
This kid has hair. I can't even tell you. I've never in my life seen anything like it. First of all, he's like over the top adorable, like you've never seen.
Yeah.
But his hair is like out of a cartoon. I've never seen anything like it.
You'll definitely see it in the picture. But we
were going to send a picture.
That's kind of.
He's the most precious thing you've ever seen.
Oh,
you have to put it on.
He is local South Jersey famous for his hair. It's
It's glorious.
We can't go anywhere without anybody saying something.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Look at that hair. There's a baby in there too, but the hair is kind of a big deal. So, as a man who is follically challenged, will chiropractic care help with my hair?
Well,
there are limits.
We'll talk about that one a little bit.
I'm going to shelve that one up there. You're saying my body's not communicating right, not telling my hair to grow. Maybe that's what it is. I got to go down that road. So not often you get calls for, like someone says, hey, I'm feeling totally fine. Can I come in and get an adjustment? And that's what we're trying to teach people, is that's actually a good thing. And you might not be, like when I saw you, it's been a little while since I've been in to see you. When I saw you, I felt like I was okay in general. And you're like, and I don't know how you do it, like what kind of training you go through, but the doctors and chiropractors, they look at the way you walk and the way you stand, and they're like, bam, you're this is what's going on.
That is a flow of chiropractor. When you go anywhere, you're like,
that person's really messed up.
I really want to help her out right now.
That's fantastic. I never really thought about that.
I guess that's true, because
they can just see, because I remember when I went to the chiropractor, they had me do like basic things, touch your toes, raise your arms, just things where I'm like, oh, well.
So when you do come to the chiropractor, we try to do a lot of orthopedic testing. We try to determine what's causing those issues that are going on in your body, rule out other issues that may be going on. And so that's how we do those orthopedic testing, muscle testing, nerve testing, and just overall full examination, just to figure out what we can do for you.
And a lot of that examination is just positioning, right? Like you're just
what we're really trying to do is reproduce your problems. So because without having to be able to reproduce those problems, it's very hard to kind of diagnose that patient when they come in.
Right.
But once they bend forward and they're like, oh, you're like,
I know the problem now.
Okay, okay.
Touch their toes and they can't get back up from it.
When you have your children that come in, they're not in pain or anything. So those are a little bit different. That one, we're just looking for postural abnormalities. And then if necessary, we do have x-rays in our office so that we can see what's really going on.
Go a little bit deeper.
Yeah, go a little bit deeper, find specific areas that are actually being affected.
That's crazy. Now, I have had situations where I pulled my back, and I went to you. I was at that 95%. I was like, oh,
I'm dying, fix me.
I can't move anymore. And sure enough, it didn't take long. And now I'm not going to say it was magic and the pain was completely gone, but my movement and everything like that, just from a couple twists and pulls, it was so dramatic. And that got me thinking, I need to like maybe stay on top of this. And we live, a pretty active lifestyle. So someone, like, what kind of recommendation, someone who, let's start with a person who's working out on a regular basis, some of the concerns that they might come across.
So with the wear and tear, I mean, most people, when you're dealing with some people that work out, the majority of people don't know how to work out.
True.
They have improper mechanics when they do stuff, and that's most of the time why they hurt themselves when they get into working out.
Right.
But if you're working out and you know your proper mechanics, your ergonomics and everything, how to lift, how to do those kind of things, more than likely you're probably not going to get hurt. But if you do a little bit excessive, then again, you're still putting that wear and tear on your body. So it's the same thing as if you're being a construction worker where you're doing the same kind of thing. That wear and tear on your body, if you haven't fixed those vertebral misalignments prior to those things, can cause you issues. It might not be in your 30s, might not be in your 40s, but you're more than likely going to have some issues in your 50s or your 60s.
So that actually brings up a good point. So, like, take care of it now so that future you doesn't have to.
You want to enjoy your retirement, don't you?
Right, we're not talking like future you like a couple months from now. We're talking like gray-headed, retirement you. Like, if you handle your business now on this end of things, and I'm sure there's a continual maintenance on the process. Like, how often would you recommend someone, just a relatively healthy individual, like, visit a chiropractor?
So when you first start out, you're going to try to break the body out of habits.
Right.
So it's just like when you're working out, you can't just go work out for like a day and expect to lose the weight.
How come I'm still fat?
It is so frustrating, but that is true.
That's the best thing.
Unfortunately, that's not how that works
I saw
out.
this meme the other day. I just ran a mile. Why am I still fat?
It's the same thing with diet also. You can't just do a diet for one day. So with chiropractic, when you're first starting out, if you're, so most people start out about 3 to 2 times a week.
Okay.
It's same thing with physical therapy.
And that sounds like
that.
a lot, but it's not for a very long time.
No, because what we're doing is we're trying to see if the body's going to hold that adjustment longer. But the more wear and tear you put on your body, the more stuff you do to it, it's not going to hold those adjustments every single time.
Right.
So you might have to come back in periodically and so you'll start out at 3, then 2, then 1 time a week. And then you'll go to eventually where you're going to get to on a maintenance, which is maybe one time a month, one time every 3 months if you're able to hold your adjustments. Most of the time, if you're below the age of 40, you should be able to hold your adjustments to about a month.
Yeah, and that's a pretty reasonable amount of time, I would think, for someone to pop in, because you're not at the office very long. Once you've already set the relationship with your chiropractor, they know, what it is you're looking for. You're pretty in and out of the office pretty quickly.
And the way our office is set up is that you're coming in, the girls greet you at the front desk, they'll greet you with your first name every single time.
Oh.
They'll pull your flow card, you'll go right back. Once you get established from your first and second visit, you'll go right back, get into some therapy, you'll get a little bit of electrical stim possibly, light therapy, or some traction on the table. After that, you'll go right into the doctor's office, you'll get your adjustment, and then you're out the door.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has things to do, and we want to save you time so you're not in a doctor's office forever. I mean, how many times have you been in your doctor's office and you sat there for like hours?
Yeah. It's so frustrating.
My appointment was like an hour ago.
It is frustrating.
So
when you're plan the first one's going to take a little while, but that's just like anything else. You got to get it established, got to get the paperwork filled out. The first one's going to be the longest one.
And you want them to really take their time diagnosing you. You want to make sure.
Things, you've got to take that time and actually be there long enough.
Especially if they're messing with your vertebra. you want that communication channel to be nice and clean. So the first one's going to take time. But after that, I have noticed that it's like bing bang. Okay, welcome back. Come on back here. Boom. Now the other element too that is nice, and we talked about this kind of briefly, is you get to keep your clothes on.
Oh yeah. Well, for your examination, we do most of the time examinations are in the room. You can still have your clothes on. For your x-rays, though, unfortunately, you do have to get into a gown because if you're wearing metal and it's going to show up and block everything, we can't see.
That makes
Gotcha.
complete sense. But it's not like a
But
massage.
for your actual treatment,
Nope.
Yeah, you're just in.
You're never going to be taking off anything at that point, unless you want to take your shoes off or whatever.
Now, we were talking about how some people will say, well, I get massages on a regular basis, so therefore I don't need to see a chiropractor because I feel good. Do they work more hand in hand, or how do you feel about that?
So a lot of the times people think that massage is kind of like chiropractic, but unfortunately it's not.
Right,
Because
yeah.
that's dealing more with loosening up the muscles, and if there is any kind of manipulation done in it, it's not.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. So, sometimes you'll hear that cracking noise. It's just the body. It's going to happen. But that massage should be something that comes a little bit afterwards. Because, like I said, when I was using chiropractic, I was using acupuncture. I was doing massage too.
Yeah.
And I was doing a healthy diet, and so all that works together. It's a hand-in-hand thing.
Yeah. So they don't replace each other. They work together.
Work hand in hand to help you have a better life and a better healthy life.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So we're going to take it to the next level, and we're actually I'm going to lay down on the chiropractic table, and in front of everyone, I'm going to have someone who's not my wife messing around with my back. So this should be really cool, but we want to give you kind of the feel what it's like your first visit, your first time you're laying down on a table, and it's not scary. At all. It's not bad at all. So after our break, we'll come back, and you'll get to see a live demonstration of what do we call it? Chiropractic care? Is that?
Yeah.
You're going to get to see my vertebra, bro.
Hi, welcome back to Doing Life TV with Sam and Joyce. Today we're talking about chiropractic care, and we have Dr. Brooke Doyle with us today, and she's going to actually show us a treatment on my handsome hubby Sam here, and
Aww.
you're in for a real treat.
I think this is one of the benefits of doing a program
Right?
like this is to jump in and get taken care of. So we just showed up to the office, and I filled out all my paperwork, or actually my wife probably filled out.
Probably, that's much more like it.
And now I'm in the office. Where do we go from here?
So after you've already filled out your paperwork, you've probably gone through an exam, gotten x-rays, determined what's going on, and I've gone over everything with you about what is going on with your body, which would be a misalignment with your spine.
Now hold on a second, because as you're talking to me, I see this little thing that looks like it's going to stab me.
So when a patient comes in, we explain everything from what you're going to be doing on the table, how my table works, and then whatever kind of adjustments we're going to be performing on you.
Okay.
So with this adjustment today, this is one of Dr. Fresh's techniques, and I do incorporate this with some of my patients that need a little bit lower impact adjusting. So with this is called an activator, and it's just a little spring-loaded system. So what it does is it just, that's all. Not that much pressure, but it does move the bone and put it in the right position so that the body then can communicate to the rest of the body.
Is this the thing that got you caught at TSA?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, when you bring a metal thing that doesn't exactly look like the normal
could look like a
day-to-day
weapon.
thing that you have in your baggage, you know.
The best, 'cause we're like, what, as she's trying to explain this to guys that have no clue what it is.
And don't speak too much English.
Right, it was
Oh, you were in Haiti when you got stopped?
Yes,
everywhere.
yes.
Oh,
Just-
no.
And it's just popping, it's popping. They're like,
Yeah,
what's going on?
okay, we're going to back away from this.
That was a crazy experience. Okay, so I'm at the table.
So at that point, I'm going to have you're going to lay face down. I'm going to put you through some verbal cues.
Okay.
You're just going to put your arm in certain positions, and then we're going to see what's going on with the body, because this is going to muscle test or challenge the body to determine where our misalignments are at.
You hear that?
All
This
right.
is a challenge. All right, so this is why my mic is so unprofessionally placed, so I can get this thing sorted out. So we're laying down on the table.
So you can lay face down. You're going to put your face right in there, and you can put your arms right on the armrest right there.
Okay, I feel it. This is right on. I got you. There we go.
Are you comfortable?
Oh yeah. I actually am.
He looks so comfortable.
This is-
He looks relaxed, not tense at all.
This is going to be the best program ever.
Now, my table at my office is a lot heavier than this, and my patients always like to say that they want to bring it home. And I say, well, if you can carry it,
Right.
take it home. I myself need to get myself on the floor and push up against the wall just to even move it a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so what I'm going to ask you to do is move your arm in certain positions.
Okay. So this is what's so amazing is you're dealing with my legs, and I'm gonna have to move my arms soon.
Yep. So what I'm looking for is a leg length difference.
Okay.
Oh.
So for every time you move your body in a position, if it moves and one leg shortens, then there's something going on with that area of the body.
Huh.
Now, when you put your arm in that certain position, it only corresponds to a certain vertebra in your body.
Really?
Okay? So I'm going to have you put your left arm on your low back.
Okay, like this?
Yep, just like that. And then you're going to put your right arm at the same time on your low back.
Okay.
And then you're going to take your left arm and lower it down for me.
It's like like this?
Yep. And then lower your right arm down for me.
Okay.
And then you're going to bring your left arm up at your head. Just like that. And then your right arm up at your head.
I feel like I'm doing the Macarena.
I know.
Hey,
Bring the
Macarena.
left arm down.
Okay.
And then the right arm down.
All right.
So we're just doing a basic adjustment at this point. So you do have a couple misalignments in the lower half of your body.
Wow.
So, unfortunately, this is where the adjustments start to feel a little bit more on the point that you get that, that uncomfortability or you're not
For
quite
your
sure.
first time, like,
that
what is she gonna do?
apprehensiveness of what's going
Yes.
on. So, what I'm going to be doing is contacting over your buttocks,
Okay.
Because there's a bone that you sit on, and we're going to giving a little bit of a adjustment right in there.
I just love that you're getting a shot in your butt on TV right now. I can't even tell you how happy I am about this.
And then we're going to go a little bit higher into the lower half of the back.
Okay. That's crazy.
Does it feel pretty gentle, Sam?
Oh yeah, it's not rough at all.
And there's different settings for this. I mean, honestly, what we'll do is we'll do it just to
Okay.
your thumb,
Okay.
and then you'll be able to feel what he's
Oh
feeling.
yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, there's
So I
nothing
mean,
to
it's
it.
not a
Just a little
heavy-duty
pressure.
adjustment.
It's amazing that would do something.
And so at this point, one more time, I want you to put your left arm up at your head,
Okay.
and then drop it back down.
I'm amazed at the connectivity of the body. Like, how bizarre is that?
Your body communicates so much to you that when it actually does produce some form of a symptom of pain, that's a fire alarm going off, saying that you need something else
Gotcha.
in your life to make it better.
So you're saying we shouldn't just get pain medication, take that every day, and make the pain go away? That's maybe not the best route
Probably
in
not.
life.
So
Okay.
since we have a lot of the opioid crisis that's going on right now,
Yeah.
this is a great alternative to even popping those pills and getting
Yeah.
those pain medications all the time. Because you get a lot of patients that come in and you get into a car accident, you got headaches, you got shoulder pain, you got back pain, you got foot pain, everything can go right back to the nervous system.
Yeah.
And you start there and then you work your way to other things. Then you work your way to shots, then you work your way to the last resort surgery.
Right.
Because, once you do surgery, there's no coming back from it.
But if you could fix your pain with an alignment rather than putting a drug in your body,
Yep.
why wouldn't you do that?
And that's why we try to communicate to everybody in the community about what being, pain-free is with drug-free.
Yeah.
And so with the adjustments, it's pretty simple and pretty much pain-free.
Yeah.
When you're getting your
well, it feels
adjustments.
great when you get an adjustment. And
Oh,
when you
yeah.
get up from the table, you feel like so loose, you know what I mean?
And
Like,
that's
oh my
where we want to get
gosh.
you into the point where you're walking away where you go, I was sitting in the wrong position and I knew my body was in the wrong posture and I just sat up straighter and I was like, I felt better.
Yeah.
And your body communicates to you at all times. You're all set. You can actually sit up.
Awesome.
So those adjustments, that's a lighter adjustment. There are some more hands-on stuff. And even then,
And that would probably be tricky to see on camera.
yeah, it's
so,
a little bit
yeah.
harder to communicate that one through the TV.
Yeah.
But even with those kind of adjustments, it's a little bit more hands-on, but it's not even anywhere near where people think that you're going to harm somebody.
Yeah.
And then if you just give it that try and get those adjustments and actually see where you're going to go from there, you might be able to do a better.
I mean, it didn't feel invasive at all. I mean, you touched my booty, so
Just a
that's-
little pressure is maybe, right, what it felt like.
Yeah,
I would say.
it really wasn't terrible at all. Like, to me, it is mind-boggling that little bit that you did there is going to have an effect on my body. Like, that to me is saying how important that system is.
Yeah.
And you were down here on my feet, and I was moving my arms up here, and you were able to diagnose
Everything that's going on with his body.
so crazy, so weird. Okay, so now I don't know if you're ready for this or not, but the biggest fear that people have is you're gonna break my neck.
She's gonna break my neck. I'm telling you, I hear it all the time.
Everyone says, I don't want my neck to get broken.
So the chances of that are,
Is it 0%?
yeah, pretty much.
So 0% of chiropractors break necks.
And breaking your neck.
Right.
You have a better chance of falling and breaking your neck. It's so low. It's just.
So-
It doesn't happen. It's not something that happens.
We're here, tables here.
Yeah.
You want to crack my neck? Is that something you can do?
Well,
Yeah, we can.
Can you do that?
Adjust your neck.
Is that all right?
We can adjust.
Yeah, she's not
your
gonna
neck.
crack your neck.
I'm sorry. My neck is going to be totally fine. It's going to be adjusted. We got
Are you-
just a
is that
couple
okay to
minutes for a
do?
break. Is that all right?
We can see what's
So,
going on.
laying
So, but
down.
real quick,
Oh, boy.
let me see what's going on. See if we cleared it out. If we didn't, then we won't be able to.
Let's go. So what
So
do I
with
need
the
to do?
adjust, I don't want to double adjust
I hear, I
here.
got it,
Right?
I
Oh.
got it.
So one more time, lay face down. I'll
love-
check it.
Look at this. How much precision. I'm going back down. This is the best.
If you are clear, we might have to have Joyce lay down.
I actually
Uh-oh.
really appreciate.
Turn your head to the
care.
left real quick for me,
Okay.
and
Where's
then turn
my
your
left?
head to the right for me.
Think through which is the left and which is the right.
So unfortunately, we are cleared out. So there's no leg change with you right
Sorry,
now.
love,
with
you
that
don't get a
adjustment.
neck adjustment.
Okay. That's so we can check it out.
So we try not to over adjust patients.
I actually greatly appreciate that. So how cool is that? Like we're just off the cuff, and you're like, no, your health is more important than this program.
Than showing a demo.
I mean,
I
I
love
can
it.
do a fake adjustment.
No,
But I think that's good. I think that's actually a huge good lesson. So like someone comes in to you and says, can you do this? And you said, and
We'll
this
have
is
to see.
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
You said,
I
"We'll
need to
see."
check you first.
You needed to check me first. I love that. Actually, this is probably the best no neck adjustment I've ever had to go for that. So we have a bunch more questions, a bunch more stuff to go through with Dr. Brooke when we get back. So we're gonna reset, come on back, have some questions. You guys aren't gonna see me lying down anymore. I'll actually get in a somewhat working position. And so come back to us in just a couple minutes.
Hi, welcome back to Doing Life TV with Sam and Joyce, and today we're talking chiropractic care with Dr. Brooke Doyle.
Do I look like I'm a little bit straighter now?
You
Like,
look so much straighter. Something must have happened in the last
I
segment.
have no idea what it might have been. I do know that my back feels straight, my feet
Y'all
feel the same length.
loosey-goosey.
I feel good. This episode is being sponsored by Millville Chiropractic Center, and with us from Millville Chiropractic Center, Dr. Brooke Doyle. And you saw the last segment where she touched my bum, so it's okay. We did some
I was
minor
there. It was
adjustments.
totally
Yeah,
fine.
It was okay. So that was like less invasive and very light, like I think, than what people are thinking. But there are more intense like procedures, correct?
Oh
When it
yeah, a
comes
lot
to
more
that?
hands-on stuff with the adjustments. Turning on your side, turning over onto your back so we can adjust your neck. So there are definitely different techniques that are out there. So there's
Lots
over 50 of
twists.
them.
Now, a lot of people think when you go to the chiropractor, like I said in the last segment, crack my neck. And there's this perception of cracking and this popping sound. What is that popping sound that's
So
going
it's
on?
just air cavitating through the spine.
Cavitating?
It's not, yeah, it's just air being released.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily mean that you're actually getting an adjustment with it.
Okay.
The popping, it's just like when you pop your knuckles or whatever.
Mhm.
It's just gases that get built up in there and then they just get released.
So it's a
That's why you
little-
get that pressure release most of the time. But unfortunately, if you're not in the right area to actually do the proper adjustment, even though you hear that popping, it's not.
doesn't
an
necessarily mean
adjustment.
something good is
Yeah.
happening. So it's actual bubble popping.
Yeah, it's just air being released out of it. I mean, your body produces a lot of gas. I mean, most.
Well, that's
So
a whole-
where our
that's a whole
body-
Where's
other
it gonna
episode.
go?
On the chiropractic table, we're actually making a gas sound, so
We're gassing up
that's
the table.
fantastic.
So that's a whole nother episode we talk about. I'm sure that happens.
You can call it a spine.
Now, is there- Does flatulence happen on the table?
Sometimes.
All right, you don't have
Yeah.
to call out names or anything
No.
like that.
No, it does occur. It's natural.
Could
I
I
mean,
imagine?
most of the doctors just work through it. It's just something.
You just
that
pretend it
happens.
doesn't happen
Yeah.
and you move on.
And then you just go and do what you got to do, and
Well, I
then
would be giggling. I would be
Well, that's why you're not a chiropractor.
Most
That,
people,
and
if it
you
happens,
never
they
made
just
it to
go,
medical
"Ooh,
school.
I'm sorry," and then you go, "No big deal."
Yeah, it
And then
happens.
you
End of
just move
story.
on.
Moving
Yeah.
on. Right through that. Okay, so I wouldn't be able to move on. That's why I'm
Oh
not a
my
doctor.
gosh.
It's, like I can't move on this subject now because, and I've been in situations where there's a whole like twisting the leg over and you using like we were looking at the height of the table, even the height of the table. Joyce said as we're setting up, isn't that a little low? And she's like, you're gonna hurt your back.
Right, I was worried that the chiropractor was going to
Well,
get
I still
injured.
need the leverage, so unfortunately, if I brought it up any higher, if I were to lay you down on your tummy, I would still need to have like a full arm extension to be able to do maybe a thoracic or a mid-back adjustment.
So what we did there was just a basic adjustment, just like that would be your tune-up, right? Kind of
Yep.
going through on a regular basis.
So most people don't need a lot when they're coming in for their, preventative maintenance care.
Yeah.
And then you just come in, get those little adjustments, and then you're out the door.
And that's kind of the focus we're on today, because people who have the issues are going to find the chiropractor. They're going to go out there and they're going to say, I need a chiropractor. My doctor said I need a chiropractor. I was in this fall, this accident. I need to go there. Those people are going to find you regardless. We're trying to say, hey, you can step up your health game. This is, I don't even know if it's like, we talk about like alternative medicine and stuff like that. This doesn't fall under alternative. This is like a legitimate, like this is.
It's holistic alternative medicine, yeah.
Yeah, get on it. It will help you out.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some of the services you guys provide over there at Millville Chiropractic?
So in our office, we do have other modalities with therapy and everything that includes the electrical stim, the light therapy. The light therapy is just a red light that shines on, you don't even feel anything with that.
Okay.
It just it heals the area and brings pain free to the area also. So it's just one more thing just to help it out.
Uh-huh.
And then we have traction tables that have little rollers that roll out. And so it's just therapy just to help loosen you up so that when you do come in for your adjustment, you're not tight and tense, and then the adjustments go so
So
easy.
like pre-adjustment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Helps
warm-up,
relax you,
tune-up.
maybe.
It was kind of like getting either a massage prior and then
Gotcha.
loosening up. Because then you get people that come in after working out, and when you work out, you're not exactly loose afterwards.
yeah.
You get tight. So, you get on the table, roll it out, and then you get onto my table, and then we adjust you, and you're good to go.
And it's all good. Now I see you have a flyer here for like shoe inserts and stuff like that.
So we recently got a foot levelers into our office. It's a foot scan. It's a infrared scan that you put your feet on it, and it actually determines how your postures and what kind of pressure you're putting on your feet. And it's just one more thing to help out with getting your posture back into alignment, so that we're not going to incorporate right away, but when you get going with your adjustments, then we can do the orthotics and then get those fitted. Maybe you need a heel lift because maybe you got a short leg on one side.
Okay.
And getting that posture and the body aligned and balanced out on both sides, that's going to help you out also in the long run in keeping you from getting further low back pain and things like that. Because if your leg tilts inwards, you got pain in the knee, then you got pain in the hip, then you got pain in the low back, and it just
stems
goes right all the way
from
up
there.
into the neck.
Yeah, I had foot problems, plantar fasciitis. I was fighting. I'm still at the tail end of that, but I noticed when I was starting to take steps to address that problem, like it was helping with my back pain and all that. And I was talking to my foot doctor about it, and I said, my back's hurting a little bit less because of this. He's like, well, I can't say, but, and he went through that whole chain. A lot of pain starts all the way down here and moves.
So we're trying
all
to
the
fix
way
that
up.
foundation and then work your way up. So
this is just another
one more
step
step that
in
we
the
have
process.
here in our office.
Pun intended. See, another step.
One more
shoe,
step.
I like that. How we're playing that game.
So I find that when we talk to people about the way we eat, people tend to say, that's too expensive. That's too expensive for my family to eat that way. And I say, my famous line is, you're going to pay the grocer or you're going to pay the doctor, one or the other, because the way you eat has a direct effect on your health. And I think this is a very similar correlation. You can pay a chiropractor now to prevent pain, to prevent medication, to prevent certain
issues.
diseases down the road, or you can wait until that all happens and then pay a doctor to treat you then after you've already gone down that road.
Deductible now.
Right till later. Exactly. Yeah. So my theory is nothing in life is free. You're going to have to pay for it.
Eventually.
Whether you're buying better food, whether you're buying preventative care, or you're going to wait and you're going to have to pay doctors, you're going to have to pay we were talking about pain medication and what a toll that takes on your body. And if you can avoid putting medication in your body by doing preventative care with a chiropractor, how much more beneficial will that be for you 20 years down the road? So I think it's kind of basically the same thing. It's what you put in your body and how you treat your body. And the sooner you start, the better.
Oh yeah, definitely. So being that preventative, what you put into your body is what you get out.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you put it in everything at the beginning, you're gonna get out what you need at the end.
Yeah, and I'm sure the initial cost might feel like it's kind of like a hit because you're going so often. But I'm sure you have plans and things to work out.
We have plenty of plans, and we work with a lot of the insurances that are in the area. And you know, we deal with a lot of, like, we have group plans, things like that, and we have cash programs. So I mean, we always try to work with all of our patients and making sure that, you know, they're under care and getting a better and healthy lifestyle.
So could someone just call in and schedule a consultation so they could know what to expect and know what the fees would be and things like that?
So we encourage them to always come in and do their consultation, and then in that time frame, they can even give their information for the insurance while they're on the phone with them.
Okay.
They can get their information then. We can have it verified by the time they even come in for their adjustment. I mean, unless it's the day of, you know, because we get you in as soon as, you know, you call. If you want to come that day, we can get you into the office.
Wow.
If you want to come in the next day, we can get you in the office.
Great.
So I mean, we're very, very flexible with our hours and with getting our patients in, you know. So it just really depends on what goes on with the conversation and where you want to go with that.
So you don't need like a doctor's referral to go over.
There are some insurances that do require the referrals.
If you're going that route, right? I can understand
but unfortunately, you know, some insurances do, and then, you know, some insurances don't require the referrals.
Gotcha. So it's just a matter of asking the right questions. And, and you said, you give you guys the information, you'll take care of it.
Yep.
Oh, that's
you don't have to do all that work yourself.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
Our insurance department will do everything for you to make sure that you're getting in.
Well, again, that's Millville Chiropractic Center right over there in Millville, and we're sitting with Dr. Brooke Doyle, who's the mother of the baby with the best hair. I mean, if there's ever a contest, we'll show that, and we'll be flashing up all the information. You get to see it up here and get that taken care of. So. As we kind of wrapping up, we strongly encourage anyone who is looking into, like, if you say, hey, I feel fine, guess what? You can always take a little adjustment. You saw something right there. I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life right now, and you saw something right there to kind of tweak it out in the moment. That wasn't just for television. That was a legitimate. She said, let me pop the here, there, and now I'm going to be walking out of here taller and straighter and hitting my head on more things. But hey, if you have any questions at all, anything you'd like to add to the conversation, you can always reach out to us at info@quinnbroadcastingnj.com. If you are a business who's in the field of health and fitness and wellness, and we want to talk to you, we want to sit down and have a conversation and let people know that you don't have to get sick before you can get better, right? I mean, that's essentially what we're talking about. So Dr. Brooke, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you guys for having me.
And we sure hope that people reach out at least to explore what a difference it could make in their lives. And that's it for Doing Life TV.
All right.
We'll see you next time.